Hello, and welcome to the Learning Studio. I'm your host, Ricky Rainbow Beard, and today I'm here with my partner, Marissa.
Hi, everyone.
How you doing today?
Doing pretty good. I'm really
Cool.
excited to read this book with you.
I like your hat.
Oh, thanks. I like your cloud hat too.
Thank you. Cool. Well, we're going to read a book that's all about imagination today, and it's called Milo Imagines the World. It's about this boy, Milo, and it's written by Matt de la Peña and illustrated by Christian Robinson.
I really like him a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe they've read some books by him before.
I hope so. Have you heard of Christian Robinson? He did these illustrations, and I like what he does. Let's also take a look at the back. It's always nice. They did another book together called Last Stop on Market Street. These two, writer and illustrator pairing. And we'll take the dust jacket off, as we usually do. Slide this off. Whoop, oh, cool. I like it when it has another cover.
I love that too.
Look at that. That looks like a subway. And maybe there's a dinosaur coming out of the subway. And maybe a deep sea diver.
Someone with a beautiful dress.
Yeah,
or cape, I
I
think.
think it looks like a little, like a king's cape or something.
Yeah,
And
like
this-
a royalty.
Look at this one has a rain cloud too, right over him.
What about the back? I see an elephant
Oh, there's an elephant.
and a
on the back?
giraffe.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you guys see the elephant and the giraffe? What else? What else do you see? Maybe some
I
birds.
see a dog.
A plane.
It's pretty cool. All right, now let's take a look at. Let's open this book. Look at these end pages. Look at these end pages. There's a little note in there.
I got this for Ricky Rainbow Beard back in March for his birthday. And so it says, "Happy birthday to my dearest little fuzz love." It's a little nickname.
Yeah, and I call her Little Froggy. So let's start reading this book.
That's good.
Cool. Oh, I'm opening it way too much. Milo Imagines the World. All right. Oh, some really good drawings here. Might as well show them. I like that. What begins as a slow, distant blow grows and grows into a tired train that clatters down the tracks. The cool rush of wind quiets into a screech of steel. And when the doors slide open, Milo slips aboard.
Oh, thanks. All right. The train bucks back into motion as he and his sister squeeze onto bench seats. The whiskered man beside Milo has a face of concentration. A businessman has a blank, lonely face. The wedding dress woman near the far door has a face made out of light, while the dog peeking out of her handbag has no face at all, just a long, lolling tongue. Right, next page for you.
These monthly Sunday subway rides are never ending. And as usual, Milo is a shook up soda. Excitement stacked on top of worry, on top of confusion, on top of love. To keep himself from bursting, he studies the faces around him and makes pictures of their lives. At a downtown local stop, the whiskered man folds up his crossword and hurries off the train.
I like this adventure that they're having so far. Milo imagines him trudging through brown mounds of slush. It's a 5-flight climb to his cluttered apartment, where he's greeted by mewling cats and burrowing rats. Parakeets tweet songs of longing as the man sips tepid soup, hunched over a game of solitaire. Late that night, the door to the parakeet cage mysteriously falls open, and the cats gather on the cold sill to watch the birds fly free above the city.
Milo tugs his sister's sleeve and holds up his picture. But when she turns to look, he can tell she doesn't see. She's a shook up soda too. Do you know what that means?
I think it means, with the shook up soda, if you open it, it pops everywhere, soda falls everywhere, fizzes. I think maybe it means that they're a little nervous.
Nervous. I think so too. A boy in a suit boards the train with his dad. His hair is a perfect part, and there's not a single scuff on his bright white Nikes. Shook up sodas over here.
Milo imagines the clop, clop, clop of the horse-drawn carriage that will carry him to his castle. Imagines the clink, clink, clink of the guards slowly lowering the drawbridge. Yeah, sounds pretty cool. Across the human-made moat, the boy is met by a butler, 2 maids, and a gourmet chef offering crust-free sandwich squares.
Fancy.
Only the best.
Do you like crust on your sandwiches?
I don't really mind it. I kind of like it. How about you?
Yeah. I wonder if they do. Do you like it? Do you like crust on your sandwiches? I like crust on my sandwiches. But I also know that if somebody cuts them off with my peanut butter and jelly, that it is all peanut butter and jelly and soft bread.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
No. Milo flips to a fresh page at a bustling midtown stop. When the wedding-dressed woman strides off the train, a band of street performers launches into "Here Comes the Bride," and everyone on the platform stops and cheers. Oh, happy. She's happy. Flip this page for her.
Oh, thanks. Milo imagines the grand cathedral ceremony where the couple will be pronounced husband and wife. Imagines the groom whisking his new bride to an awaiting hot air balloon where the pilot loads them in with blankets and blasts the heat. And up they go, hand in hand, beyond the concrete walls of the city into the infinite blue. That sounds fun. I've never been on a hot air balloon.
I've never been either. You'd like to go on a hot air balloon?
Do you want to go on a hot air balloon with me?
I would love that.
Oh, cool.
Do you want to go on a hot air balloon?
I think they said yeah.
Milo holds up this picture too, but his sister shoos him away. Can't you see I'm playing my game? He watches her thumbs bang around her smudged screen, then turns back to the boy in the suit. They lock eyes for a few long seconds, and suddenly it feels like the walls are closing in around Milo.
Oh.
You've ever felt this way? You're trying to show an adult something. You try to show an adult something, they just don't care.
Sometimes they're distracting.
They got something else they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like she doesn't care. That's sad.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel good. So I think that's what they mean when they say the walls are closing in around.
Yeah, I think that's what it means
Feeling
too.
a little bit.
Well, let's see what happens next. The spell is broken when a crew of breakers bounds onto the train, announcing, "You all ready for a show?" Several curious faces look up as the beat drops, and now the girls are walking up walls. They're whirling around poles. They're backflipping over shopping bags. When the train pulls onto the next stop, they collect a few dollars and scramble for another car. Flip to the next page for you. Well, actually, wait, no, we gotta see this page. Can't miss that page.
That breakdancing. Have you ever been on a subway and seen people just start breakdancing in the middle of the subway? Can't say I ever have.
I haven't. I'd like to.
But breakdancing can look really fun. I love watching it. Milo imagines them going from train to train, doing their act as everyone watches. But even after the performances are over, faces still follow their every move when they walk down the electronics aisle at the department store. When they cross into the fancy neighborhood. Milo doesn't really like this picture, so he puts away his pad and turns to his reflection in the window. Milo's thinking about how people won't trust the breakdancers.
Yeah. I wonder why. What do people imagine about his face? Can they see him reciting his volcano poem to the class? How about, can they hear his mom's soothing voice reading him a bedtime book over the phone? Can they smell the chili Colorado bubbling in a pot in his auntie's apartment near the cemetery? Sounds like a nice time, all of these things.
Yeah, let's look at his nice drawings. Butterflies flood Milo's stomach, but it's finally their stop. He follows his sister onto the cold station platform and up the stairs. Above ground, he's surprised to see the boy in the suit a few paces ahead. Where are they headed? I don't think we know yet.
Yeah. He's even more surprised when the boy joins the long line to pass through the metal detector. Milo's sister suddenly bends to give him a hug. "I didn't mean to snap at you," she says. She takes his hand, adding, "You have your picture ready?" He nods, feeling the warmth of her fingers. As they slowly shuffle forward, Milo studies the boy in the suit, his dad rubbing his thin shoulders, and a thought occurs to him. Maybe you can't really know anyone just by looking at their face. I agree. I think we've got to get to know people for who they are. Ask them good questions. Know what their life is like. Friends and family.
Milo tries to reimagine all the pictures he made on the train. Maybe he could have done it like this instead. Or this. You can see how close. Maybe the person on the train has a happy life at the table at home. Or maybe she's getting married to another she. Or this. Look home. Maybe the breakdancers are welcomed and treated kindly.
Milo's chest fills with excitement when he spots his mom through the crowd. His sister rushes to give her a hug before pulling Milo in too. And it's in this tight tangle of familiar arms that he feels most alive.
You see where they are?
Yeah.
All of these people are wearing orange jumpsuits, which is something typically worn in a prison.
Yeah.
So I think Milo's mom lives in this prison. And also, the boy with the clean, crisp Nikes, I think his mom lives in this prison as well.
Yeah.
When they separate, Milo flips through his pad until he finds the right picture. "I made this for you," he says, holding it up, and he watches for the smile he hopes will spread across his mom's face. I think it is. She looks like she's smiling.
Yeah, she looks happy to see that picture.
I want to see the picture.
Yeah, me too.
I think they'll show it.
Are you guys ready to see the picture? Oh,
it's nice.
it's really sweet. They're all eating ice cream together.
They're sitting on the stoop,
Yeah.
probably of their house.
I wonder what kind of ice cream. Let's see. It looks like strawberry, chocolate, and maybe some vanilla.
Vanilla? You think it's vanilla?
Can't tell. Oh, look, maybe chocolate
Maybe
chip.
chocolate chip. Right
Yeah,
there.
or blueberry.
Blueberries. Vanilla with blueberries in it.
That sounds yummy.
That's pretty good to me. That was a nice book.
It was a nice book.
I hope you enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it, Marissa?
I really enjoyed it. Did you guys enjoy it?
Well, we're actually going to get to make a craft now. Okay.
Fun.
And I think, in the spirit of Milo, we're going to make our own imagination journals.
Ooh.
Where we can draw or think, write about anything we're thinking about, anything we imagine, the way that we want the world to be, the way
We
that
want our lives to be like.
yeah, and we
Kind of ice cream.
oh, I like that. Can we eat some ice cream then?
Yeah, let's eat some
All
ice
right,
cream.
well, we'll eat some ice cream
Take a little
and then we'll
break.
come back and make this craft, okay? See you there.
Bye.
Hi. So like I said, we're gonna make imagination journals. And here's an example of one. This is one that I made. So these are what we're making today. And this one has my name on it, right there. So that way I know it's mine. You can do the same. You put your name right on the back. All right. We will need a stapler of some kind. You might want to ask somebody, if you can borrow their stapler if you don't have one, and maybe show you how to use it as well, because this is a really handy tool, but it's also sharp. Okay, so we need a stapler. Potentially, we might need a glue stick, right? We'll also need some kind of tape. I brought some pretty fancy metallic tape. I used 10 blank pieces of paper. If you're in an office, you might have some file folders like this. I actually used half a file folder to make this. I used the other half. So this one's already been torn in half. But if you look closely, they actually perforate. They perforate the edge when they fold it, when you fold it in half. And if you fold this back and forth a few times, you can actually just rip it carefully and you get a little fuzzy line. I don't know if you can see that fuzzy line. Can you see it? Usually you want to have a pair of scissors as well whenever you're making any kind of craft. Scissors are very helpful. These are my favorite pair that I've ever had. Now I'm also going to use a paper cutter. This is another thing. Just some shipping labels. If you have shipping labels, cool. Now this isn't common, but maybe you just have some plain white stickers, because that's all that these are. They're just plain white stickers. If you look closely, these are, label sized. So you can see about there. It's about the same size as a vaccination card. But they make these in all sizes, But you want something that's at least big enough to cut some clouds out of. Clouds, if you want clouds. But pretty much, if you have any kind of stickers or some shipping labels, you can draw all over them. Okay, now we're gonna move our camera down. You guys ready? Okay, I'm gonna move the whole camera down. Ready? All right, great. Now, I have my paper here. I've got my crayons that I've moved over to the side, so I have room. And we can start by taking one of our pieces of paper and just folding it as if you would fold if you're making a birthday card. Just like so. And you repeat that 5 more times. Here's a second time, and you place them inside of each other, like this. All right, so there's a booklet that should make about 10 pages. I used 5 pieces of paper, should make about 10 pages of the book. Now we're going to repeat that process all over again, make a second one of these. 2 of these. Now that I have 2 of these, I can stack them up just like this. Make sure that these are lined up perfectly. You can put them aside. And you can make your journal even more pages than this if you want to make more stacks of these 5 pages, you can do that. You could make as many stacks of 5 as you think your stapler can get through. I think this is a fair amount for the stapler to get through. Now we'll take our file folders. I'll actually put this green one, this other half of this green one aside. I think what I will make now is a pink one, because I have this pink file folder here. I've already kind of cut into to make some hearts. As you can see, I'm going to fold this back and forth like this. Grip this just like I was talking about before to make that nice soft edge. Here we go. I can discard this little heart one, even though, who knows, maybe I'll cut some more hearts out of it if I want to. And now we've got just this top piece. And I want to make it, I want to cut off this whole band here. So I'll put it in the paper cutter, which works like this. Fold this in half like a birthday card, like we did with all of those other pages. All right. Now I can take this, put it right in here. Now they're all put together. The only thing we need to do is we need to close this up somehow. So if we use the stapler and indent in enough, because we want to make sure we catch all of the pages. So we can take our other one that we made, and you can see about how far. About, I would say, a little over 1/4 of an inch. I like to staple all right as close to the middle as I can, right at first. And you want to be able to press down hard enough to go through everything. Okay, so I'm going to give this a good amount of force to get through. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Well, this one got stuck. So we'll have to remove that staple because it got stuck pretty well. You could see the staples, they're not the neatest thing ever. But did they get through? Hey, maybe not this one. I'll have to remove that one as well. So we've got 2 staples that didn't go through well. So what I'll do, actually, there's a 3rd one. Well, sometimes this happens when you're making things. They don't work well right away. And it's okay. I mean, the staples, if you need to remove them, if you need some help, you just need somebody with strong enough hands to get them out. And you have to be pretty careful because they're pointy on one edge. And that one went through pretty well. And like I said, they don't have to be perfect by any means. Because what we're going to do is we're going to tape over them. That's right. That's why we have the tape, which will help to protect us from the sharp edges, I'm going to use my shiny tape, and I'm going to use this pink one I have to do like a pink on pink one, which I'm excited about. Cover over the staples like this, and fold this around the edge, little tab I left. And then we'll go all the way around, and we'll also make sure we cut just the right amount. Here we go. We got our tape. That's right. Open this up. Give it a few of these, and this is totally functional now as a little journal. Now, the thing you want to do next, though, is decorate the front of this in some way, And so what we're going to do is we're going to use some crayons. Oh, I also have a pen. It's good to have your favorite writing pen. I use these Papermate flares. They're mediums, and I like them. They're felt tip pen. You can get them at most places that sell like office supplies and art supplies of all kinds. And so then I can actually take this and use my scissors here. It's good to have scissors. And I can cut some pretty good cloud shapes. It's an imagination journal. Imagination journal. And as you saw that what I did here, I actually took my other stickers that I had and I did some crayon drawings. There's no right, there's no wrong. You move those crayons out of the way, but whoa, it's kind of cool is I accidentally dragged some of these crayons across here, which you can do as well, because you might like what happens, you know, kind of nice. And then I'm going to take these, I'm going to cut some little stickers out that I just colored. You know, I could put like a pink on pink right here, another pink on pink. I could put this nice blue. I can cut this out, this little circle. Maybe you don't want to keep it in circle shape. Maybe you want something that looks more like a little gem or something. And we've got our own little journal. So, pretty similar here, right? We can actually, as well with one of these, just, you know, write our names. Cut that little label out and we'll go on the back. There you go. Here's the back, so I know that it's mine. You can put your name, whatever your name is, and go right here. Your name here. There we go. It's for you guys. It's kind of a messy heart, but it's a heart. Make your imagination journals. You can share them here. Send them to this email, info@newbedfordart.org. I hope everyone had a good time today. I know I did. But there's one thing that we usually remember after our time together. Do you remember? I think you do. That's right. It's a scientifically proven fact that if you dance for 1 minute every day, that's 1 minute of your day that you're dancing. Okay, so you ready? Get in your best dance poses. Get ready to dance. Okay. And we'll count down. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hit it.